Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village nestled among rolling hills, lived a hard-working farmer. His days began long before the sun kissed the horizon. Every single morning, he would rise from his slumber, pick up a long wooden stick, and begin a long, arduous walk to fetch drinking water from a faraway well. The path he traveled was anything but easy. It was a dusty trail, uneven and rocky, and the journey itself was a test of endurance. But the farmer never uttered a single word of complaint. He knew that water was the very essence of life, and he carried this heavy responsibility on his shoulders day in and day out. To carry the water, he used a simple method. A sturdy wooden stick rested across his shoulders, and at each end hung a large clay pot. One of these pots was a picture of perfection. It was smooth, strong, and flawless. It held every single drop of water securely, from the well all the way back to his home. The other pot, however, was different. It had a small but noticeable crack running down its side. And because of this crack, with every step the farmer took, water would slowly leak out, leaving a trail of dampness on the dusty path. By the time they finally reached the farmer's house, the cracked pot was always only half full. This daily routine continued for months and then years. The perfect pot, always full and proud, observed this day after day. A sense of superiority began to grow within it. It felt proud of its strength, its wholeness, its ability to perfectly fulfill its duty. One morning, as the gentle, golden sunlight began to filter through the trees, casting long shadows on the path, the perfect pot couldn't hold its thoughts back any longer. In a voice filled with mockery and disdain, it spoke to its companion. "Look at you," it sneered. "You're completely useless. Half of your water is gone before we even get home. The farmer works so hard and you just waste it all. You make his efforts pointless." The cracked pot heard these sharp words, but it said nothing. It remained silent, but inside, its heart grew heavy with shame. Every step it took felt like a public display of its failure. Every single drop of water that escaped from its crack felt like another painful reminder that it was broken, flawed, and inadequate. Days turned into weeks, and the teasing from the perfect pot was relentless. And slowly, tragically, the cracked pot began to believe the cruel words it heard every single day. Thoughts began to swirl in its mind. I am flawed. I am weak. I am nothing but a burden to the kind farmer. One day, the weight of its pain became too much to bear. As water dripped from its crack onto the dry earth, it felt as though its own tears were falling with it. In a trembling, quiet voice, it finally broke its long silence and spoke to the farmer. "I'm so sorry," it whispered, its voice filled with sorrow. The farmer stopped walking. He gently set the wooden stick down and looked at the pot with kind, compassionate eyes. "Why are you sorry, my friend?" he asked, his voice soft and understanding. The cracked pot let all its pain pour out. "I am broken," it said. "I have this crack, and every day I lose so much water. Because of me, half of your hard work is wasted. You walk so far, you put in so much effort, yet I can never give you a full pot of water in return. I am so ashamed of what I am." The farmer listened patiently, and then a soft smile spread across his face. It wasn't a smile of pity, but one of deep, gentle understanding. "My friend," he said calmly, "listen to me. Tomorrow, when we make this journey, I want to show you something. I promise you, after you see it, you will never feel useless again." The cracked pot was confused by the farmer's words, but it trusted him, and so it stayed silent, waiting for the new day. The next morning, the journey began just as it always did. The farmer filled both pots to the brim at the well and started the long walk back home. As they moved along the familiar path, he spoke gently to the cracked pot. "Today," he said, "I want you to look very carefully at the side of the road as we walk." The cracked pot did as it was told. It looked down towards the edge of the path on its side, and what it saw made its heavy heart pause. All along its side of the path, there was an explosion of life and color. There were flowers. Beautiful, vibrant flowers. Bright reds, sunny yellows, soft pinks, and deep purples danced gently in the morning breeze. The sunlight made their petals glow with an almost magical light. The air, which was usually just dusty, now felt alive, filled with beauty and a sweet fragrance. For the first time in a very, very long time, the cracked pot felt a warmth spreading inside it. It became lost in the beauty of the flowers, and for a few precious moments, it completely forgot its sadness and its shame. But when they finally arrived back at the farmer's home, the familiar reality came rushing back. Once again, the cracked pot was only half full. The joy it had felt just moments before faded away, replaced by the old familiar feeling of failure. In a soft, broken voice, it said to the farmer, "Even after seeing all that beauty, I still failed you. I still couldn't bring you a full pot of water." The farmer carefully placed both pots on the ground, and his smile returned, wider this time. "My little friend," he said, "did you notice something special about those flowers?" The cracked pot looked up, curious. "What is it?" it asked. "Did you notice," the farmer continued, "that the flowers only grow on your side of the path? There are none on the other pot's side." The cracked pot froze. It hadn't noticed that before, but now that the farmer said it, it realized it was true. "Why?" it whispered in disbelief. "Why only on my side?" The farmer's smile grew even deeper, filled with affection. "Because," he said, "I have always known about your crack. It was never a secret to me. Many months ago, knowing this, I planted flower seeds all along your side of the road. And every single day, as we walked back from the well, you watered those seeds for me, drop by drop, step by step. Without even realizing it, you were nurturing them." The cracked pot felt a profound shift deep within its being. A wave of understanding washed over it. "And today," the farmer continued, his voice full of warmth, "this path is filled with so much beauty because of you. These flowers bring joy and happiness to everyone who walks this road. You thought your weakness, your crack, made you useless. But in truth, your weakness is what created all this life, all this beauty." Tears began to roll down the cracked pot's side once again, but this time they were not tears of shame or sadness. They were tears of pure, overwhelming joy. For the very first time, it didn't feel broken. For the very first time, it felt whole. It felt enough. The farmer looked at the pot with love and spoke the final, most important words. "No one in this world is perfect. We all have our cracks. We all have our flaws and our scars. But sometimes, the very thing you are most ashamed of, the very thing you see as your greatest weakness, can become the source of something incredibly beautiful. And that is the lesson for all of us. Your flaws do not make you worthless. Your scars do not define your strength. Your imperfections might just be watering flowers along your path that you cannot yet see. So the next time you feel broken, the next time you feel less than perfect, remember the story of the cracked pot. Because even cracked pots have a beautiful, unique purpose in this world. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that aims to inspire. Remember to be kind to yourself. We'll see you in the next video.